Chapter 16, verse 2 is today. Share screen. Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudirayet.
Tatho Jayamudiraye.
Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu.
Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Yam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki.
So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 16, verse 2. Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Upayema iravatim.
Upayema iravatim.
Janame jayadhims chaturas.
Janame jayadims chaturas.
Tasyam utpadayat suthan.
Tasyam upadayat sutan.
Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Upayema iravatim.
Upayema iravatim.
Janame jayadhims chaturas.
Janame jayadims chaturas.
Tasyam utpadayat sutan.
Tasyam utpayadat sutan.
Rupini Radhika.
Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Upayema iravitvatim.
Upayema iravatim.
Janame jayadims chaturas.
Janame jayadhims chaturas.
Tasyam utpadayat sutan.
Tasyam utpadayat sutan. Translation purport by His Divine Grace by Charana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Synonyms. Sa, he.
Sa, he.
Uttarasya, of King Uttara.
Uttarasya, of King Uttara.
Tanayam, daughter.
Tanayam, daughter.
Upayeme, married.
Upayeme, married.
Iravatim, Iravati.
Iravatim, Iravati.
Janame Jaya Adin, headed by Maharaja Janame Jaya.
Janame Jayadin, headed by Maharaja Janam Jaya.
Chatura, 4.
Chatura, 4.
Tasyam, in her.
Tasyam, in her.
Utpadayat, begot.
Utpadayat, begot.
Sutan, sons.
Sutan sons.
Translation, please repeat after me. King Parikshit married the daughter of King Uttara.
King Parikshit married the daughter of King Uttara
And begot 4 sons headed by Maharaja Janamejaya.
and begot. So could you please scroll up?
Purport.
Sir, could you please scroll up? Maharaja Uttara was the son of Virat and maternal uncle of Maharaja Parikshit. Iravati, being the daughter of Maharaja Uttara was the cousin sister of Maharaja Parikshit. But cousin brothers and sisters were allowed to get married if they did not belong to the same gotra or family. In the Vedic system of marriage, the importance of the gotra or family was stressed. Arjuna also married Subhadra, although she was his maternal cousin sister. Could you please scroll up, sir? Janamejaya, one of the Rajarshi kings and the famous son of Maharaja Parikshit. His mother's name was Iravati, or according to some, Madravati. Maharaja Janamejaya begot 2 sons of the names Gyani Janatanika and Sankukarna. He celebrated several sacrifices in the Kurukshetra pilgrimage site, and he had 3 younger brothers named Shrutasena, Ugrasena, and Bhimasena. 2. He invaded Takshasila Ajanta and he decided to avenge the unlawful curse upon his great father. Maharaja Parikshit, he performed a great sacrifice called Sarpa Yajna to kill the race of serpents, including the Takshaka, which had bitten his father to death. On request from many influential demigods and sages, he had to change his decision to kill the race of snakes. But despite stopping the sacrifice, he satisfied everyone concerned in the sacrifice by rewarding them properly. In the ceremony, Mahamuni Vyasadeva was present, and he personally narrated this history of the battle of Kurukshetra before the king. Later on, by the order of Vyasadeva, his disciple Vaisampayana narrated before the king the subject matter of Mahabharata. He was much affected by his great father's untimely death and was very anxious to see him again. And he expressed his desire before the great sage Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva also fulfilled his desire. His father was present before him, and he worshipped both his father and Vyasadeva with great respect and pomp. Being fully satisfied, he most munificently gave charity to the Brahmanas present at the sacrifice.
Hariom Tatsatumujanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Vishnupadaya Krishnastaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapathaga Swami Iti namine namo acharya padhaya nitaya kripa pradhaine gauragata dhamadaya nagaragramatharine nama om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatharine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Nama, Krishna Yadavaya Namah, Hare Gopala Govinda Ram, Srimati Sudanam, Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Gaite Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Mante Sri Gurum Dinatharinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram, Hari Om Tat Sat. So this is a very beautiful verse again, that how wonderfully Janamejaya, the son of Parikshit Maharaj, as a Kshatriya son, wanted to avenge his father. It is very natural, it is part of their dharma, so-called Varnashrama dharma. And so here you can see Sa Uttara Syatanayam. So Maharaja Parikshit, his mother's name was Uttara. So Maharaj Parikshit is the son of Uttara, means King Virata, whose daughter is Uttara. He had two issues, one son and one daughter. The son's name was Uttara, and the daughter's name was also Uttara. Uttara, Uttara. So there are two things. It's only a elongated words. So the Uttara is the daughter's name of Virata, King Virata. And here, if you see, Uttara, she was taught dancing by Arjuna. He was the dance teacher during his Ajnatavas. So he was in the kind of male hidden body, and then he was her teacher in dancing classes, and Arjuna taught her dancing. This is the history. And when Arjuna was staying at Maharaja Virata's house incognito, and as an ordinary dancing master, they did not know that he is Arjuna. So that is called incognito. Nobody could recognize actually he is Arjuna, because the promise was for 1 year they should remain incognito. If they detected, then again for 12 years they have to be banished into the forest. So Arjuna, Bhima and others, they all took different types of services in the house, in the palace of Maharaja Virata. Okay. And so he was appointed as a dancing master, a teacher to the daughter Uttara. Just see, Arjuna was a great warrior actually, and he was expert dancing master also. So when it was disclosed that these servants, they are the Pandavas, they remained here as ordinary servants. So Maharaja Virata was very much pleased that such exalted persons are living in my house incognito. Wow. So he offered Uttara to Arjuna that you marry my daughter. You have taught her dancing. So Arjuna said, how can I marry her? I am teacher and she is my disciple. The disciple is like my daughter. I am considering her as my daughter. She is my daughter. How can I marry her? Then Arjuna said that if you want to keep this daughter in our family, I have got a grown-up son, 16-year-old young boy. That means Abhimanyu, the son of Subhadra. This Subhadra, she is Krishna Balaram's sister, Krishna Balaram Subhadra. So Subhadra was married to Arjuna and the son was Abhimanyu. So Uttara was married to Abhimanyu and the son was Maharaja Parikshit. Abhimanyu was just married and the war was declared. So when Abhimanyu had to go to fight, so he went in fight in the battlefield of Kurukshetra on behalf of his father, and he has never returned. He died there. So Uttara was pregnant at the time, and Maharaja Parikshit was within the womb of Uttara. But the opposite party, they killed. Last killing was 5 sons of Pandavas by what is his name, Ashwatthama. They were sleeping, and Ashwatthama, just to satisfy Duryodhana, he has killed these 5 sons while they were sleeping. Most abominable act. And he brought the heads to Duryodhana, that now I have finished the Kuru dynasty. So Duryodhana could understand that they are not the heads of the Pandavas, but their sons. So out of disappointment that our whole family is now finished, he died. So only Maharaja Parikshit was in the womb of his mother, and that was also attempted to be killed by Brahmastra, sent by Ashwatthama. Brahmastra is almost similar to the atomic weapon or nuclear weapon. And the Brahmastra, it has a specific function of Brahmastra is that it is much better than this atomic weapon. It will not simply kill and destroy everything. It will, when it is released, it will kill the particular man wherever he is. Even if he is in the womb of a mother, it will kill him, but not the mother. That was the minute scientific and technology that they have been advanced in that 5,000 years ago. So it will go there and kill him. It doesn't matter whether he is in the front of the somewhere or in somewhere. The weapon is so powerful that simply by mantra, it can detect the target and it will kill your enemy, wherever he may be. So one Brahmastra was released to kill this child baby within the womb of mother, embryo. And that time Uttara felt that her pregnancy is going to be discharged. So immediately she approached Krishna. So Krishna, I am feeling like there's a miscarrying. So please save me. So at that time, Krishna entered in the womb of Uttara and saved the child from the Brahmastra. So Maharaj Parikshit is such a devotee that he was protected from the embryo by Krishna. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami addressed Mahapaurushika. You are great personality. So this Maharaja Parikshit is not an ordinary person. He was again cursed by a Brahmana. He could retaliate that, but he did not do so because he is a devotee, just to offer respect to the Brahmanas. He considered himself offender actually. That is last stage. And because he was cursed by a Brahmana at the last stage of his life, 7 days, he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami, due to which we are all getting benefited. Therefore, we have got this book. So this is the story of Maharaja Parikshit. And here, Maharaja Parikshit, son of Uttara, but he married his maternal uncle's daughter. That was permissible. Still, it is permissible. This kind of marriage is considered very aristocratic to marry the daughter of maternal uncle. So Arjuna also married the daughter of maternal uncle. Kunti is the sister of Vasudeva, Krishna's father, and Subhadra is the daughter of Vasudeva. So he also married. Except in southern India, this process is now no longer existing, of course. In Bengal and other provinces of India, they don't marry the first cousin. So that is a marriage system. But in southern India, still to marry the daughter of maternal uncle is considered as very aristocratic. So this system was current 5 married his name and 4 sons he has begotten. So in the womb of Airavati, Maharaja Parikshit begot 4 sons. The first one's name is Janamejaya, Deens Chaturas. So amongst the 4 sons, Janamejaya is the Pratham one, the first one, primary son, the first son. The first one's name is Janamejaya. Adi means Janamejaya Deens. So Adi is Janamejaya, beginning with Janamejaya. There are 4 sons, Chaturs. Chaturas means 4 sons. So beginning with Janamejaya, the history of Janamejaya is also very, very nice, you know. And yeah, so Janamejaya also, Preeti Rupini has read the narration about the Janamejaya from the purport of Srila Prabhupada. Yes. So, yeah. So, his story is also very interesting. Maharaja Parikshit was cursed by a Brahmana boy, not even 12 years old. Yeah, the boy was not even 12 years old, Sringi. So when he heard that Shamika Muni's son Sringi is cursed, when he heard that his father was insulted, there was Shamika Muni. He was in meditation and Maharaja Parikshit was in the forest hunting. So he was very much thirsty. So in those days in the forest, there were many hermitages of the saintly persons available. Sages used to live there. So he entered one of them and asked for water. But the Samika Rishi, he was great meditation. He was in the great meditation. He could not hear what Parikshit Maharaj has spoken. Receive the king or so. So king, he felt insulted that I asked for water and this man is silent. So there was a dead snake. So out of anger, he took the dead snake and round wrapped him and went away. Wrapped around his neck and went away. So this news was spread, and his son was playing with other kids. As soon as he heard that my father has been insulted in this way, he became very angry, small boy, 12-year-old, and cursed Parikshit Maharaj immediately that this is snake, or a snake would bite this king and he will die out of snake bite in 7 days. Just see. And then again he came to his father. He was crying, and the father, at the time the meditation of the father was broken. Why, my son? Why are you crying? And you have been insulted by Maharaj Parikshit. I have cursed him like this. Oh, he became astonished. Oh, what you have done, my son? Wrong thing you have done. You have cursed Maharaja Parikshit. Oh, the greatest blame will be on the Brahmana society now. The Kali Yuga will begin now. Begins deterioration of the Brahmana community. You have brought in, you have started that. You are the first one to degrade the Brahmana society by cursing exalted Vaishnava. So one thing is that even a child born of a Brahmana was so powerful at that time because he cursed Maharaja Parikshit to die out of snake bite and it could not be withdrawn. He died. Just see how much Brahminical power was that time. Even a child, what to speak of grown up. So in those days, as in the first verse we learned, Vijavarya Sikshaya, actually the Brahmanas, they were controlling the state, but not directly, not sitting on the throne, but giving the kings good advice according to Shastra, that you rule over like this is the process, and the kings would abide by. Although the monarchy was there, but they were not irresponsible. First of all, the king was trained and educated perfectly. Therefore, it is called Vijavarya Sikshaya. The previous verse yesterday we saw, Parikshit Maharaj was Vijavarya Sikshaya. He has taken instruction from the Vijas, the learned Brahmanas, top class Brahmanas, for ruling the planet. So, yesterday I have explained also Vija, the twice born Brahmana. And again, it is added with another word, Varya. Varya means the first class. So, not third class. First class man, Vijavarya Sikshaya. They used that to teach the other classes. So, that was done in the case of Maharaja Vena, where the king was, the Brahmana had to do. They used to advise, and if the king was worthless, sometimes they would kill the king also, the Brahmanas, and next son, his son would take possession. This was also done in the case of Maharaja Vena. Maharaja Vena, he was upstart. He was born of a low-class mother. So he became so upstart that in his boyhood, he was playing with friends, and if there was some quarrel, he would kill such a friend. So his father became so disgusted, tried to reform him in so many ways, but he could not be reformed. The father, Maharaja Anga, so he left the kingdom all of a sudden being disgusted. Then the Brahmanas asked the king that you are not ruling very nicely. You have stopped all the religious function. They were asking because Vena became the king. So this is not good for the people, neither for you. So they first of all tried to pacify Vena by nice instruction. But the king Vena said, you Brahmanas, you don't know me very well. I am God. And this and that. So then he was killed by the Brahmanas. You know that Jamadagni, Parashurama, when he saw that the kings were not responsible, he killed the whole Kshatriya dynasties, families for 21 times. So that was the government. If the Brahmanas would see that the Kshatriyas, the kings, were not ruling properly according to the Vedic principle, sometimes they would kill the king also. So Maharaja Parikshit was also killed, but not for his fault. That is a difference. There was, of course, little fault maybe that he took that is Krishna's arrangement. Okay, so he was to go leave this world so that Bhagavata may be spoken and people would derive benefit out of it. Otherwise, Maharaja Parikshit could retaliate that curse. He was so powerful devotee, but he did not do so. So the Sarpa Yajna, because his father Maharaja Parikshit died of a snake bite. So the Kshatriya son, Janamejaya, the eldest son who is the next king, he performed a yajna that all the snakes within this universe must die now. Because as a Kshatriya, he should avenge his father's death. That is part of their dharma. So that was his determination also. So he was, but he is following according to religious principle. He didn't kill by setting fire or doing anything. He has performed such a yajna that all the snakes, they will automatically come and die into the fire. Huh? So that is the beauty of the way of ruling, even way of avenging. It's not by breaking the rules, but following the rules on the fire. So there was such a powerful mantras that one could do that. These things are now forgotten. Nobody knows now. Nobody can believe also. But it was possible, and it was practical by the Brahmanas. By chanting the Vedic mantra, they could do anything they like. That was the yajna performance. So, although he was determined to kill, so he was requested by many demigods, saintly persons, just for one snake's fault. That was also destination this time. You cannot kill all the species of snakes. Then it was stopped. So, that is a history of Janamejaya and Parikshit Maharaj. Though he could retaliate, but he did not retaliate. And Janamejaya was doing his duty as the son. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments or realization, please to share with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much for the association. And let's get back tomorrow evening, sharp at 8 o'clock for continuing this Bhagavatam class. Till then, Grandhara Bhagavatam ki jai. Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vaishnav Pranam. Kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Sadguru Maharaj ki jai.